You know, something that I realized about myself is that um, I'm a person that can make people feel very comfortable. And when you're hanging out with me, if you're hanging out with me in my own environment, you are gonna feel closer to your childhood self and you're gonna feel closer to like who you truly are and like being able to let go and let free because that's how I am. I'm very like conscious of my childhood self and the things that I wanted in childhood and therefore bringing them into reality now. Um, and that's just something that I've been conscious of for as long as I can remember. And so sometimes I'll just take my shoes off and walk in the grass or climb a tree or just do things that are very playful and outdoors, like very outdoors. And the thing is it's I was at this play the other day in Fort Lauderdale, and so it's like we're in the city and it's on the water and it's not it's raining. It's like kind of drizzling. It's flooded everywhere. Fort Lauderdale always gets really flooded. So there were puddles, the river was coming up and stuff. And at the end of the play, everybody was like going off and I took not all my clothes off. I had a suit, like a bodysuit and shorts under my dress. So I had my bodysuit and my shorts and I went running and splashing in the puddles and I did some stretches and some yoga. I laid on the ground and it was dark. There was like nobody there, so I didn't feel embarrassed or anything. I usually don't anyway, but I have had friends in the past that, and like close friends to my heart, friends that I've really loved that grew we grew fond of each other and attached to each other, and I feel like a big part of me that they loved was the fact that when they were with me, they had access to that part of themselves, because it's not just a part of me. It's not who I am. I'm not some weird random person who's doing something completely different or who has completely a different way of life. In some aspects I am, if you're that like out of touch with that part of yourself, but there's a part of every one of us that certain feelings, that feeling of going for what we want and doing the things that we want, whether it's like literally, like I said, like laying in the grass and feeling the grass. Like I love the feeling of the actual grass touching my skin, or putting your face on the tree leaves to feel it, to feel what it feels like, or saying hi to people who you don't know. You know what I mean? Like there's things that you want to do, and when I'm doing those, I'm very like allowing of like other people. I try not to make people feel embarrassed at all, and when they do, especially if they're my friend, I try to comfort them and like let them know like it's okay to do the things that you want to do, and to, I mean, as long as it doesn't hurt other people. I mean, it's okay to do things that you think you might look stupid doing, or you think you might get embarrassed, because the truth is, when you are in this, when you're doing something that puts you in a state of happiness and bliss and joy, what other people are looking at you and saying, it does not matter, because you can't connect with people who are miserable. And I hate to put it that way, but people who look at other people who are having joy and that resent them for it, that look at them and say they're weird, they're crazy, they're eccentric. You have to be disconnected to be able to see that person doing something that makes them feel good, makes them happy, to look at them and say something like that. So the opinions of those specific people just becomes irrelevant. Not that we don't like those people. It can literally be even your friends. I've had many friends, you know, call me crazy, call me, not crazy, but call me like, what's the word? Like eccentric is the word I'm looking for, but eccentric is not the word they use. They use something like eccentric, I just can't remember. A long time ago, but who cares? Who cares what people think? It's not that relevant. You should care more what you think about yourself than what other people care about you. Because if your opinion of yourself is bad, I mean, that's another thing. But what other people think about you, I mean, it comes secondary. I'm not going to say it's not important, because, you know, there's a certain, you have to take into account that, you know, we're a community species, and it does matter how we treat each other and respect each other and talk to each other and communicate with each other and think about each other and perceive each other. It does matter, but it comes secondary. It's not as important. There's like no comparison. The way you think about yourself, your self-respect, your pride for yourself, your love for yourself, that's number one. If you don't have this, all of this down here doesn't mean anything. What other people think about you doesn't mean anything. So, yeah, that's the message, guys. Look at this rain. It's been raining. This is my new mango tree. This is my long time buddy. My long time plant is my little night blooming jasmine. I gotta trim it and fertilize it. Alright guys, peace out.